Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to our IES General Economics Paper 3 2026 preparation series. And before solving today's question, let us first understand why this topic is important. Okay, the Indian Economic Service examination is one of India's most prestigious examinations for the economist, and General Economics Paper 3 contains the several numerical questions from the microeconomics, especially on the monopoly pricing, price discrimination, market power, welfare economics, and the industrial organization. And the questions on the third degree price discrimination are among the examiner's favorites because they test both the conceptual understanding and the mathematical application. So if you understand one simple principle, the marginal revenue equals the marginal cost in the each market, you can solve almost every question of this type. So let's begin. Let us first read the question carefully. A profit maximizing firm faces the following demand functions of two segmented markets. Q1 equal to 32 minus 0.4 P1 and Q2 equal to 18 minus 0.1 P2, where Q1 and Q2 are the quantities demanded in market 1 and market 2, and P1 and P2 are the prices of the good in market 1 and market 2 respectively. The cost function is C equal to 50 plus 40Q, where Q equal to Q1 plus Q2. So the question is find out P1 plus P2. Okay. So students, notice that the firm sells the same product in two separate markets at different prices. So this is known the third degree price discrimination, and the firm maximizes the profit by charging different prices according to the demand condition in each market. And whenever you see like the two demand functions, two different markets, one common cost function, your brain should immediately think about like find the MR in each market and equate it to MC. So this single idea involves almost everything and solves many numerical questions on the market segmentation. Okay, so we first express the price as a function of the quantity. So first the market one. Given Q1, this is equal to 32 minus 0.4 P1, right? So rearranging this, we are getting 0.4 P1, this is 32 minus Q1. So P1, this is 32 minus Q1 by 0.4. So this is 80 minus 2.5 Q1. Okay. Now come to the market 2. Given Q2, this is 18 minus 0.1 P2. So P2 will be 180 minus 10 Q2. Okay. So always convert the demand equation into the inverse demand equation, because the total revenue and the marginal revenue are easier to calculate when the price is written as a function of the quantity. Okay. Now find the total revenue and the marginal revenue. So for the market 1, total revenue TR1, this is P1 Q1. Now substitute the inverse demand function. TR1, this is 80 minus 2.5 Q1 into Q1. So TR1, this is 80 Q1 minus 2.5 Q1 square. Now differentiate with respect to Q1. So MR1, this will be 80 minus 5 Q1, right? And for the market 2, similarly, TR2, this is 180 minus 10 Q2 into Q2. So TR2, this is 180 Q2 minus 10 Q2 square. Now differentiate. So MR2, this will be equal to 180 minus 20 Q2. Okay. So notice an important pattern. Whenever the demand is linear, like P equal to A minus BQ, okay, then MR, this will be A minus 2BQ. Okay, and the slope of the MR curve is always twice the slope of the demand curve, and this is one of the most important properties of the monopoly pricing. Now find the marginal cost. The cost function is what? C equal to 50 plus 40Q. So differentiate MC. This will be 40. So notice that the fixed cost 50 disappears because the derivative of a constant is 0. Now, students often become confused by the fixed cost. So remember, fixed cost affects the total cost but never affects the marginal cost. And since the derivative of a constant is 0, the fixed cost disappears while calculating the MC. Okay. Now, apply the profit maximization rule. For a third degree price discrimination, MR1, this is equal to MC, and MR2, this is equal to MC. So for the market 1, 80 minus 5 Q1, this is 40. So Q1 will be 8. Now substitute into the demand function. So P1, this is 80 minus 2.5 into 8. So P1 will be 60. Okay. And for the market 2, similarly 180 minus 20 Q2, this is 40. So 20 Q2, this is 140 and Q2 is 7. So substitute into the inverse function equation. So P2, this is 180 minus 10 into 7. So this P2 will be equal to 110. Okay, so what is the final answer? P1 is 60 and P2 is 110. So we have solved this question beautifully, and I hope all the logics are now clear to you. So see you in the next video with a new question of the IES General Economics Paper 3 2026 paper. Till then, keep learning and keep growing with only Dr. Sourav Sir Classes. Bye bye guys, see you in the next session.